to vote altogether, we urge you to vote no on this bill.
Thank you, ma'am. Senator McCollum.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a comment in part to the gentleman who testified, and I want to put this bill in context. There is not a fundamental right to fly on an airplane. The right to vote is a fundamental right to American democracy. That from day one, on our shores here in Virginia, voter suppression occurred on day one. The very first vote held in Virginia on who would lead the council at Jamestown involved voter suppression to keep John Smith from becoming chair. Ever since, and I just did an article covering the history of voting rights in Virginia. Ever since, laws were passed to keep people from voting who the majority in power feared would put them out of power. And after formerly enslaved people in this Commonwealth gained the right to vote in the 1868 Constitution, as soon as the same people who fought to keep them enslaved returned to power, they put provisions in place to strip those people of the right to vote. And we have been fighting ever since to make true that this is a government by, of, and for all the people. And any barriers to the ability to exercise that right, members of the Legislative Black Caucus, myself included, have fought. There are a lot of people that don't have a photo ID, which you've already gone into. And what this bill does is put a barrier in their way, including, yes, they can vote by provisional ballot, but they have to come back. That's an extra step that for many of them, particularly if they're elderly, and many of the people without an ID are elderly, may be homebound, need to get another ride. Or someone may have to find someone to care for their children for another day. That's why we repealed this requirement years ago. And that's why I oppose this bill now.
The question, if a person comes to vote but doesn't have any ID,